My beloved child, have you ever paused, truly paused, to consider that a single, small choice in the morning could shift the entire course of your day? Have you ever wondered, what would happen if, from the very first moment I awaken, I choose to center not on my worries, not on my busy schedule, but on you, Lord? Dearest one, if you truly begin your day with me, then nothing will remain the same. The skies ahead of you will take on a different hue, not because everything will go smoothly, but because you will walk with the one who holds all things in his hands. Before you rush headlong into the unrelenting current of life, before the weight of countless responsibilities, news alerts, messages, and demands begin to pull at your attention, I invite you to take a deep breath. Breathe in the fresh morning air as though you're receiving new life directly from me. And then, instead of letting your thoughts race toward what must be done, let your heart rise in a whisper of thanksgiving. No need for elaborate words, just honest sincerity. Thank you that I am still alive. Thank you that I am still loved. Thank you that today I have the chance to begin again. Look around you, truly look, and recognize the gifts you've often taken for granted. The roof above your head that shelters you from wind and rain, the loved ones gathered at the breakfast table, whether in silence or in laughter, they are living proof of love. Your health, perhaps not perfect, yet still sufficient to stand, to move, to work, to care. Every one of these things, every single breath, is not mere coincidence. They are clear signs that I am still watching over you. Each new day given to you is proof that my plans for you are not yet complete. There is still goodness ahead, waiting just beyond the horizon. But my child, this world is full of distractions, noise, misplaced priorities, and subtle driftings of the heart that draw you away from me without even realizing it. There are unseen yet very real forces trying to blur your awareness of where your blessings truly come from. They whisper that you've earned everything by your own strength, that you must keep control at all costs, that there's no time for the unseen. But these are traps, clever deceptions, and I, the one who loves you without limit, long to pull you away from them. I want you to remember, every good thing you possess flows from my mercy. So then, beloved one, before you step out the door, before you let yourself be swept up in the whirlwind of work and expectations, take a few minutes to connect with me. There's no need for rituals or perfection. All I ask is a sincere heart. Speak to me of the simple things, your worries, your dreams, the loved ones you carry in your heart. Lay it all before me, and then let me do what only I can do. You do not have to bear the burden of keeping everything under control. When you place your day in my hands, you will walk not with heaviness, but with peace. That peace is not some artificial calm. It does not come from everything outside of you being perfectly in place. It comes from knowing that, whatever this day may bring, I am with you. It comes from a rooted assurance deep within, a faith that nothing happens apart from the will of your Creator, and that all things are working together toward the ultimate purpose, the fulfillment of your life. You will find that when you give your day to me, when you begin with gratitude and a deep connection to me, the small things won't shake you so easily. Criticism won't wound your spirit the same way. Unexpected troubles won't unravel you, because you are anchored in a peace that does not come from the outside. It flows from within, where I dwell in you. My child, Never underestimate the power of the moments that begin your day. When you choose to start your morning in my presence, the entire rhythm of your day will align with the heartbeat of heaven. I give you my word, a promise that never fails, that I will fill your heart with a peace that cannot be shaken. This is not just a fleeting comfort, but a lasting strength that will sustain you. That peace will clothe your mind like armor as you step into your workplace, as you navigate strained relationships, and as you face decisions that weigh heavily on you. And there is more. From within that place of peace, I will awaken your spiritual eyes to perceive divine opportunities even in the most ordinary moments. A passing conversation could become a turning point with eternal significance. A small act of kindness could ignite healing in someone's soul. When your life flows from a place of connection with me, it becomes a quiet but powerful stream of goodness, not loud or dramatic, but deeply rooted and enduring. My beloved, I am not calling you into a religion. I am calling you into relationship, a living, breathing relationship that is renewed each day, energized with purpose and overflowing with love. And every strong relationship is nurtured by presence, intentional presence, the kind that chooses to be fully available in each moment. I am always here with you, but the question is, will you come to me each day? Will you choose me first, before the world pulls you in all directions? Today, my child, choose to begin with me. Choose to listen before you act. Choose presence before striving. Choose surrender before making your plans. And as you do, you will begin to see that not only will your day transform, but you yourself will begin to change. Deep within, you will become stronger, more resilient, and filled with hope, not because you are untouched by trials, but because you are no longer facing them alone. My precious one, listen intently to what I am speaking into your heart in this sacred moment. When you surrender and step into my presence daily, I do not send you out empty into a world filled with adversity. I do not whisper comfort only to leave you unarmed. No, I am your provider in full. One who not only gives you love, but equips you thoroughly so you can stand firm, persevere, and overcome. I am placing into your hands every spiritual weapon you will need, not weapons of the world, but divine tools, living truths woven from faith, love, and eternal wisdom. Within you, I am planting seeds of discernment and clarity, not knowledge that comes from books or human experience, but wisdom that flows from my very heart and is breathed directly into your soul. It is this kind of wisdom that allows you to see beyond what is visible, to view all things through the lens of heaven, so that no matter how chaotic your surroundings may become, you carry within you a stillness that is sacred and unwavering. I have not promised you a life free of storms, but I have promised to give you a steady oar and a lighthouse to guide your way. Each day I am training your hands so they do not tremble in battle. I am strengthening your faith so that it is no longer a flickering flame, but a blazing torch, strong enough to drive out darkness. And when you face adversity, you will not merely endure. You will reflect my glory in the very place of hardship. Those around you will look and marvel, saying, "How can this one still stand so firm?" My child, do not believe that the doors before you are sealed forever. I am the one who holds the keys. I am the one who opens what no one can shut and shuts what no one can open. In the quiet days where it seems as though nothing is happening, I am working silently but deeply. I am leading you, step by step, toward solutions you once thought did not exist. The things your reasoning deems impossible, I will bring them to pass by my mighty hand. The doors that have been tightly shut by circumstances, by people, or by fear, I will open them in a way that only I can. But my dear child, what matters most is this: remember me. Not only when you are in need, not only when your heart feels empty, but even in times of peace and abundance. My love for you never changes, but when you forget that love, your heart begins to wither. When you cease to nurture your connection with me, your faith will gradually erode. The old things, your worries, fears, obsessions, and doubts, will attempt to return subtly and silently until you no longer realize that the flame of faith, once burning brightly in your heart, has begun to fade. I do not want that for you. I do not want you to live merely with the memory of a single encouragement. I want you to live in newness each day, vibrant, overflowing, and strong in my love and grace. Therefore, guard your heart against indifference. Protect your mind from becoming shallow. Do not allow doubt to find a resting place within you. Do not let fear construct a fortress in your soul. Every time you feel distant from me, return immediately. Don't wait until everything falls apart, for I am always here, ever ready to receive and renew you again. If you allow the clouds of doubt to obscure the sun of truth, you will lose your sense of direction. If you let past burdens return to, and if today you feel weak or lost, remember this: you are not abandoned. Sometimes, when the feeling of being adrift overwhelms you, it is precisely the moment I am leading you into a deeper realm of faith, where you no longer live by fleeting emotions but by a profound assurance that I am at work, even when your natural eyes cannot see it. Stand firm in that silence. Do not flee. Do not doubt. Let your faith grow with every uncertain minute, so that what you are enduring today becomes the firm foundation for a radiant tomorrow. You will no longer tremble before the raging waves of life, for I am placing in your hands spiritual weapons, not merely to defend, but to conquer. The strength I give you is not the kind that the world understands as invincibility, but a heavenly power, steadfast, enduring, and whole. When you walk in surrender, that power will flow from you like a never-ending stream. It will enable you to stand firm through trials, overcome temptations, and face adversity with eyes ablaze with faith. I am also giving you a kind of wisdom that no book can teach, no intellect alone can attain. It is understanding that flows from the Spirit, where you begin to see life no longer through the lens of the flesh, but through the light of the Spirit. I will teach you to discern between good and evil, truth and falsehood, what must be held and what must be released. In the moments when the path ahead seems unclear, you will hear the gentle guiding voice within you. My voice, like a lighthouse across the sea. And you will witness, yes, with your own eyes, the wonders I will perform in your household. The blessings will not come to you alone, but will overflow upon your home, reaching every person you love, touching every corner that once seemed withered by time and disappointment. My light, a light that never fades, will flood every room, every conversation, every crack in every relationship. It will illuminate even the forgotten places, the ones soaked in tears, shrouded in sorrow, left in silence for too long. No darkness, no matter how thick, can dwell where I have placed my light. No curse, no power, no evil scheme of the enemy can stand against you when you stand in my name. You are not bound by your family history. You are not defined by past failures. You are no longer held captive by the negative words of others. You are the one who has been redeemed by my own blood, a worth beyond measure. Therefore, child of light, never forget the one who rescued you from the abyss. Engrave upon your heart the one who broke every chain, shattered the prison of darkness, and led you out of the shadows into radiant light. When the storm comes, when fear screams in the midnight hour, when the voices of the world threaten to drown out the truth, turn your heart toward me. I will be your refuge, your fortress, your shield that guards your soul. I do not merely stand beside you, I fight for you. The battles you face will not only come from the outside. There will be storms in your mind, whispers in your heart that tell you you're not enough, that you will fail, that you should give up. But my child, I have given you a weapon no enemy can steal, my living word. When my word takes root in your heart, it becomes a sharp sword, cutting through every lie, making a way through confusion, and anchoring your soul like a rock. And then, in the moments you least expect, in the seemingly ordinary hours, I will reveal wondrous revelations. You will understand why what once caused pain became the foundation for compassion. You will see how former failures were actually doorways to humility and instruction. You will clearly perceive the purpose I have woven into every step of your journey. Nothing wasted, no sorrow without meaning. Beloved one, learn to abide in me daily, not only when you need answers, but even when all seems well. Listen to me in the silence. Pray not only to speak, but to hear. Walk not by instinct, but by the quiet yet powerful prompting of the Spirit. And as you live this way, every moment will become sacred. Every decision will bear the mark of heaven. Every word will plant seeds of life. And every step you take will leave a trail of my glory. Do not fear the future. I have gone before you. Do not tremble at change. I hold time in my hands. Do not lose heart when you feel weak, for in your weakness my power is most perfectly displayed. Remember, you were not created to fade into the background, but to shine, not to merely survive, but to push back the darkness, not to conform to this world, but to live in the image of the Creator. The battle you face, whether in body, mind, or spirit, is never beyond my control. My angels are on assignment. They are not watching from afar. They are fighting beside you, tearing down invisible schemes the enemy has set in motion to derail you from the noble destiny I've prepared for you. And my Spirit, the very breath of life, is within you, strengthening you when you are weary, rekindling the flame of faith when it flickers, and whispering this eternal truth: you are never forsaken. The strength you are searching for is not far away. It does not reside out there, nor does it belong to what the world calls power or position. It is right within you, in the very core of your being. For I placed it there when you were still being woven together in your mother's womb. It is heavenly potential, resurrection power, the very life that flows from the one who rose from the dead. I chose you, not because you were qualified, but because my love is powerful enough to transform even the weakest parts of you into the radiant glory of my presence. Take time to listen to me, my beloved. In a world that is loud and hurried, the most precious thing you can do is sit in stillness and turn your heart toward me. Open the Scriptures, not as a routine or obligation, but as if opening a doorway into my heart. The words I have spoken are not merely to be read, they are to be lived. Every promise carries life. Every word holds power, and each one is waiting to be planted in your heart like a sacred seed. Many of these promises you have yet to discover, to grasp, for your heart has been covered by worry, by busyness, by fear. But if you will pause, if you will dare to believe, if you will persist in seeking, you will begin to uncover the divine treasures hidden for you alone. Promises that I will never leave you, that you are the head and not the tail, that you are called to live above, not beneath, that you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, the dwelling place of heavenly power. You will come to realize that the world around you is not limited to what the eyes can see. There are greater things unfolding in the spiritual realm. I am moving in the silence, arranging every piece for the fulfillment of my eternal plan for your life. There are people you have not yet met who are being prepared to walk alongside you. There are doors not yet visible that are opening from the other side of the wall. There are miracles, quiet and unassuming, that are drawing nearer to you with each passing day. Do not let the silence deceive you into thinking I am inactive. Do not let the delay cause you to believe I have forgotten. My love for you is not a fleeting feeling. It is an eternal decision. I love you more deeply than you can ever comprehend. That love is not diminished by your shortcomings. It is not limited by your failures. It does not sway with temporary emotions. I loved you before you ever knew me. I loved you when you were running away, and I still love you. Even in your doubts, in your weakness, in your falls. And this love is not merely sentimental. It has been proven by the most powerful act in all of history. I gave my very life so that you might live. I embraced the cross so you could walk in freedom. I bore every punishment so you would no longer carry shame. I descended into the darkest depths of hell so you would never have to be alone. And I did not stop there. I rose again on the third day so that you might receive the power of a new life, a power that no darkness can ever extinguish. This resurrection is not just an event of the past. It is a living reality within you. Through the Holy Spirit I have placed inside you. The Holy Spirit is not a fleeting emotion. He is the one who teaches, comforts, reminds, and empowers you daily. When you do not know how to pray, He intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words. When you are weary, He lifts you up. When you are lost, He calls you home. My beloved, this is the moment I want you to remember. You never fight alone. In every breath I am present. In every step, my angels walk beside you. In every trial, my Spirit is at work. And in every trial, my Spirit is at work. And in every moment, my love surrounds you, unchanging, unfailing, and everlasting. So lift up your head. Look into my eyes, the eyes of your Redeemer. Hold fast to your faith. Let your heart be ignited by truth. Do not miss this moment. Do not allow weariness to extinguish the vision you carry. I am preparing a season of revival within you, not only to heal you, but to raise you up as one who carries healing for others. A bearer of light, a bearer of promise, a vessel of the eternal love of the divine in a world desperately longing for hope. Remain in me, keep seeking, be fully convinced of what I have spoken. For a mighty wind is coming, a wind from heaven, and it will move you out of your comfort zone, launching you into a radiant journey, where you will witness miracles, experience power, and walk in the identity I have called you into since the beginning. Child of light, chosen one, and victor in my name. I am speaking to you now. This is the appointed moment, the sacred time I have ordained for your life. It is no accident that you are alive in this very season, in these present circumstances, carrying the silent stirrings of longing in your heart. All has been orchestrated by the divine timeline of heaven. not for you to merely survive, but to rise with confidence and conviction and step into the calling I designed for you before the foundation of the world. My child, your spiritual harvest has come. Every seed of faith you've sown in past seasons, the prayers whispered through tears, the quiet acts of kindness unseen by others, the words you chose not to speak for the sake of peace, the hard decisions made to follow me, none of it has been forgotten. I have seen it all, I have recorded it all, and now, I declare, the first sprouts are beginning to break through. Your obedience, no matter how small, has sent ripples into the heavens. It is your courage, when you chose to stand against the current of the world, when you stood firm instead of compromising, that lays the foundation for other lives to be transformed. Do you not know that even a single act of faith from you can shift the destiny of another soul? The light in you is not just for your path. It is a beacon of hope for those lost in the shadows. Do not let the thought of, "I'm not enough," hold back your steps. Do not allow the voices of others or the limits of your circumstances to choke the vision I have planted in your heart. I do not measure your worth by age, position, or origin. In my kingdom, what matters is not status or fame, but a heart that trusts and surrenders. If you still have breath, you still have purpose. To rise and step into the destiny I have designed for you. Let your eyes remain fixed ahead, on the horizon where the light of hope shines brighter than ever. Do not look back in regret. Do not cling to what I have lovingly removed from your life. Your past, whether glorious or wounded, is no longer your dwelling place. Today you are stepping into a new season, a season of flourishing, a season of restoration, a season of divine assignment. I know there are times when you feel tired, moments when you want to stop, and days when you wonder, how can I carry on with all these burdens? But my dear one, I have not called you to walk in your own strength. I am giving you supernatural strength, a kind the world cannot offer and cannot take away. It is I who will uphold your weary arms, I who will steady your faltering steps. And it is in your weakest moments that I will reveal the greatness of my power within you. Remember, faith is not a feeling, it is a choice. It is the conscious decision made each day to say, even when I cannot see, I still believe. Even without answers, I will still follow. Even when I do not know what lies ahead, I will take your hand and keep walking. Faith does not require full understanding, but it does require full surrender. And my child, a heart anchored in faith can move all of heaven. What I have planted within you was never meant to wither or die. It is alive, beating in harmony with your every heartbeat. The more you seek me, the more clearly you will hear the call within, a call that is relentless, unwavering, and unshakable. It draws you out of comfort and into the majestic destiny I have prepared for you. This is not some distant fantasy. This is your calling. To bring influence, to heal, to strengthen, to embody my mercy and reveal my glory in a world that is dry and desolate. And as you choose obedience, you will see doors begin to open. Doors you once thought were sealed forever. Paths you believed had ended. Dreams you feared were dead. I will call them to life again. I will make a way in the wilderness and cause streams to flow in the desert. Lives around you will begin to transform, not because of your perfection, but because I am perfect within you. My child, do not doubt my love. Do not let the noise of this world drown out the voice that comes from heaven. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and declare with courage, Father, I am ready. I no longer want to wait. I will not let doubt imprison me. I will move forward, not by my own strength, but by the power of your promise. I am leading you into a new season, a season where everything you've believed will be tested, but also a season where every seed of faith you've sown will begin to bear fruit. The years that seemed quiet and hidden will become the very foundation for the harvest that is now approaching. You yourself will become a living testimony to my unwavering faithfulness and my unchanging power. So do not stop, my beloved. Do not be afraid of failing. Do not allow thoughts of inadequacy to hold you back. I have chosen you, I have called you by name, and I will bring to completion the good work I began in you. The winds that push against you will only lift your wings higher. The trials that confront you will only cause your roots to grow deeper in me. Every single day that you walk in obedience is recorded in heaven. Nothing is ever wasted in my kingdom. You are in the right place at the right time. This is your appointed season. Rise up and receive the gifts I have prepared for you. Live without hesitation, without regret, and without turning back. For you were never created to retreat, but to advance, strong, bold, and radiant in my glory. And when you step fully into the place I have destined for you, all of creation will recognize, here stands one who has been called, anointed, and sent forth by the Almighty. The road you are walking today, no matter how winding, steep, or dark it may appear, is not a random sequence of disconnected events. It has been divinely designed by me, intricately woven with wisdom far beyond human comprehension. Every step you take, every seemingly insignificant decision, has already been folded into the beauty of my plan. I do not merely see your present, I behold the full picture, your past, your now, and the glorious future that stretches before you like a golden field waiting for harvest. If I have placed spiritual gifts and graceful blessings into your hands, it is not by chance. It is not an accident. It is a sacred trust. I do not place precious treasures in the hands of a soul I do not trust, and I trust you, my child. I know you better than you know yourself. Even when you have failed, even when you have doubted, even in the moments when you wanted to turn away because you felt unworthy, I have never stopped seeing the priceless treasure I myself placed within you. Receive these blessings not with shame or doubt, but with joy and thanksgiving. Do not let any lie convince you that you are unworthy of love, unworthy of grace, unworthy to step into a noble destiny. Remember this: you are no longer bound by former sins. You have been redeemed by my blood, a ransom beyond compare. You have been cleansed by the waters of life, renewed by the Spirit, and called by a new name, the name of victory, the name of my glorious child. Do not hesitate to draw near to me. My throne is not a place to fear, but a place where you may come boldly. Picture the door to my presence not merely ajar, but flung wide open. Always open. No one can shut what I have opened for you. No sin is too great that my love cannot forgive. No wound is too deep that my grace cannot heal. No stain is too dark that my light cannot cleanse. It is I who have called you to enter, not as a trembling servant, but as a beloved child. I want you to come close, not first to serve me, but to rest in my presence. Pause, exhale, and let your heart settle into the embrace of my peace. All the worries, the voices in your head telling you to be strong, to be worthy, to achieve something, lay them down. I do not ask for perfection from you. only an honest heart, broken yet willing to be healed. Believe this, even though you cannot yet see the full path ahead, I am guiding you step by step. My light will illuminate your way, not for the entire journey, but just enough for the next step, and then the next, in trust. You do not need to know everything. You only need to know that I am the one who leads you. I will not let you stumble without lifting you up. I will not allow any storm to reach you without equipping you with a firm anchor of faith, and I will never, never withdraw my hand from your life. Let go of the past, O child of light, the things that are behind you, the mistakes, the losses, the broken relationships, the unfinished dreams. Leave them where they belong. Not because they don't matter, but because I desire your freedom. That burden was never meant for you to carry. I have carried it. I have nailed it to the cross. Now, you need not drag those invisible chains another moment longer. Give them to me, and receive the peace that only I can give. You cannot soar high if you are still clutching the weights tied to your wings. You cannot step into the new season if you keep returning to embrace the old ones. I have something new for you, a beginning that bears no remnants of regret, but is saturated with the fragrance of hope. I am calling you forward, not backward. You are no longer defined by your failures, but by the divine calling that burns quietly within your soul. Listen to me, my child. This is not just a good moment. It is an appointed time, a season of transformation. A great door stands open before you, but to walk through it, you must travel light. Leave at the threshold all that no longer belongs to you, the burdens, the shame, the guilt, and the long-held doubts. You do not need them. What you need is only faith and a willing heart to say, Father, I follow you. When you do this, you will see me begin to do a new thing. You will witness what once was frozen in your soul being warmed again. The dry places will bloom, and what was dead will come to life. You will experience true freedom, not just in your emotions, but in every decision, every relationship, every step you take. And the greatest miracle of all is this: you will know more deeply than ever that I am not only the Almighty God, I am your Father, the one who always loves you and will never abandon you. Do not hesitate, my beloved, and do not keep your distance when your heart is full of things to express. Every silent desire, every sigh left unspoken, bring it all to me. I will never despise the seemingly small needs you have, nor will I be afraid of the great longings your heart carries. Whether it is a whispered prayer in the night or a desperate cry in the barren land, I hear it. I do not only hear, but I understand the depths of your soul, where you cannot express to anyone else. Do not let doubts hinder your steps toward where I am waiting. Do not let the fear of rejection turn you away from the fountain of life. For I am not only the great Creator upon the heavenly throne, I am also the gentle Father, close at hand, and I listen to every beat of your heart. I know every tear that has fallen on your pillow. Every time you forced a smile when your heart was empty, I see what others do not see, the invisible wounds, the hopes buried beneath the dust of disappointment. I never leave you, not even for a moment, even when you think you have lost your way in the darkest night. Allow me to enter the wilderness of your soul, the place where you once felt abandoned, hurt, and disappointed to the point of not being able to trust anymore. I do not come to blame or judge. I come to heal. I come to lift you up, to wipe away your tears, and to place in your hands the things you once feared you would never have. Do not think that your dreams are too far out of reach, or that what you need is too insignificant for me to care about. In my eyes, nothing is too small if it is important to you. A prayer for the health of your parents, a desire to live in a family full of love, or simply a peaceful sleep, these are all precious to me. For I do not just look at actions, I look at the heart. And your heart, whether weak or strong, moves me deeply. I am not a distant God, silently watching you struggle alone. On the contrary, I am the one walking beside you through every difficult season, through every storm of the heart. I have seen you sit quietly, heavy-hearted, yet still daring to believe once again. And I have taken note of every moment. You did not give up. Every time you chose love instead of bitterness, what you may not realize is that these are the seeds I am growing in the spiritual soil of your heart, so that at the right time, I will make them blossom in a season you never expected. You may not see it yet. You may still be wondering when change will come, when the miracle will appear. But I want you to know this: I am not delaying because I have forgotten you. I am delaying to prepare the best for you so your heart is strong enough to receive what I am about to give. Because what I have planned for you is not just an answer. It is a transformation, a restoration, and a complete renewal of your whole being, inside and out. Think of someone who has been sick for a long time and suddenly receives healing beyond all human understanding. Picture a relationship that seemed completely broken, but then, in a strange and tender way, I mend each piece, and love rises again like a flower in the desert. Imagine a moment when you have nothing left, desperate and empty, yet in that very moment the miraculous provision comes as a whisper. I am still here, and I have never abandoned you. These things are not foreign or far off. They are exactly what I desire you to experience, not so that you may boast in your blessings, but so that you may know I am the faithful one, and that none of my promises ever fall to the ground without bearing fruit. I want you to witness the supernatural becoming your new normal, because you live under the covenant of my presence. I want miracles to become the heartbeat of your daily walk, so that each time you open your eyes, you will know that today, just like yesterday, and forevermore, I am moving on your behalf. Do not be afraid to dream big. Do not hesitate to ask for what seems impossible. You are not speaking to a limited human being. You are communing with the Creator of the universe, the one who makes the impossible possible, who brings the dead back to life, who restores what was lost. I am not constrained by time. I am not confined by circumstance. I am not influenced by the economy or human logic. I stand above it all. And when you place your trust in me, you are not trusting in a mere possibility. You are anchoring your faith in a certainty. You may not see the entire path ahead, and the full picture may still be hidden from your eyes, but if you take even one step closer to me, I will reveal what you need for the next. I will not let you lose your way. I will illuminate your journey with the very light of truth and love. So come to me, with your faith, with the doubts you have yet to unravel, with your still bleeding wounds, with your fears and fragile hopes. Do not wait until you feel perfect to come. Do not believe you must be fine to be worthy. Come as you are, for it is right there, in that very place, that I will work wonders. My beloved, I do not only want you to hear about miracles, I want you to live in them. I do not only want you to read about my faithfulness, I want you to lay your hands upon it. I do not only want you to believe in a better future, I want you to step into that future with courage, with hope, and with my hand holding yours. I am ready. All good things lie ahead of you. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let the past define your present. Let me write the next chapter of your life story, a chapter filled with hope, healing, and divine surprises. For I am the one who makes all things new, the one who fulfills every word I have spoken, and the one whose love for you never ends. Engrave this truth deep within your soul, my beloved. Not a single one of your prayers has been lost in a void of despair. Not a single longing has escaped my compassionate gaze. Everything you've whispered to me, every need you've lifted through tears and in silence, is etched before my throne. What you have asked for, whether in quiet surrender or amidst agonizing cries, will not be forgotten. The appointed time I have set will come, and you will witness my hand move with power, with clarity, and with tender strength to give you what your heart has long awaited. You will no longer be trapped in the endless cycles of past trials. The door to days of torment is closing, and a new season is opening for you and your lineage. The struggles that have plagued generations, the burdens passed down from one era to the next, I will break them. The old chains, the patterns that have left you feeling powerless and stuck, I will dismantle them. I will give you freedom not only in your actions, but in your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit. For the deliverance I bring is not temporary. It is an eternal freedom for those who put their trust in me. And in this journey into the new season, I will equip you with what no one else can give. I will pour into your heart a wisdom that comes from heaven, not the kind of wisdom rooted in limited human reasoning, but a divine insight that surpasses every earthly boundary. This is the kind of wisdom that enables you to discern what comes from me and what is a cleverly disguised snare of the enemy. I will open your spiritual eyes so you may clearly see the truth behind sweet-sounding words and seemingly good circumstances that secretly carry seeds of destruction. You will no longer wander in confusion, nor be swayed by emotion or deceived by masks. I will place within you a gift of holy discernment, like eyes anointed with salve, able to see the truth behind every glittering appearance. This discernment will be a mighty weapon in your hands, helping you uncover the hidden schemes the enemy tries to weave into your life. Before those plans ever reach your doorstep, I will reveal them. Before temptation knocks on your heart, I will sound the warning. Before darkness creeps into your sleep, I will station my protection around you, and it will not only be protection. I will endow you with power to resist, to stand firm, and to face every challenge with an unshakable spirit and unwavering faith. You will no longer tremble in anxiety, for I will be the light that goes before you, illuminating every step you must take. My wisdom will be like a lamp in the night, shining upon your path through barren deserts and difficult crossroads. Even when those around you do not understand you or walk beside you, you will not be alone, for I myself will walk with you. I will be the voice whispering direction in your ear, the hand lifting you when you stumble, and the arms that carry you when you are weary. My Spirit will be your faithful teacher, instructing you not just with words, but with deep experiences that take root in your heart. You will no longer have to live dependent on the knowledge of others, nor wait for someone else to validate your worth. You will be taught by the very one who formed you, the one who knows every hidden potential, every beautiful seed I planted in you from the beginning. This teaching will go beyond superficial knowledge and lead you into profound understanding, breaking past the boundaries of ordinary thinking. You will come to comprehend the things of my kingdom, things that cannot be uncovered by books or intellect, but can only be received through an awakened spirit. And when the wisdom I give takes root deep within you, you will begin to see tangible transformation. You will no longer panic in the face of difficulty, but stand firm in trust. You will no longer be driven by the emotions of circumstance, but remain grounded in peace. You will no longer doubt yourself or fear the future, because you will know that I, the one who holds time and eternity, am guiding your every step. That wisdom will become the foundation upon which you rebuild what was broken, restore what seemed impossible, and protect you from mistakes in this new season. You will gradually come to see that the things which once troubled your heart are now opportunities for you to grow in spiritual maturity. You will learn to choose what is best rather than what is easy. You will learn to be still and hear my voice amidst the clamor of life. And in every such moment, you will feel clearly that my Spirit is with you, leading you, comforting you, strengthening you, and reminding you always that you do not walk alone. My child, you are being lifted to a higher place, not so that you may become prideful, but so that you may live in alignment with the purpose I have placed within you. The wisdom you receive will not serve you alone. It will become a light shining for your family, your community, and the entire generation you are living in. You will become like a watchman, able to discern danger from afar and sound the alarm to others. You will be a guide for the lost, a companion to the brokenhearted, and you yourself will be the living testimony that I, the Almighty Creator, can transform a confused, doubtful, and fragile soul into one that is strong, steadfast, and filled with heavenly clarity. Be firm in heart, and do not hesitate to move forward, my beloved. Do not simply stand still, gazing from afar and longing for miracles. The time has come for you to rise, to open your heart, and to receive what I have already prepared for you in my boundless wisdom and love. Blessings are not hidden in some distant place, nor are they found in unreachable heights. They are already laid upon the path you are about to walk. Through every step, every encounter, and every sincere word spoken, I have cleared the way before you, but it is you who must dare to step forward, to believe, and to obey, even when the full picture ahead is not yet revealed. Do not be afraid to reach out. Do not shy away when your heart is stirred to connect with someone, perhaps someone you thought you had forgotten, or someone who stepped out of your familiar circle long ago. It is I who am placing these names on your heart, not by accident, nor by random memory, but because I am desiring to do something sacred through you. It may be someone who once hurt you, or someone you once loved but grew distant from, or perhaps a lonely soul silently weeping in the dark, in need of a hug, a gaze, a heartfelt question. I am calling you to step beyond your comfort, to become my outstretched hand, the voice that a soul has been waiting for, the tangible expression of my love for them. Do not underestimate your impact. A simple greeting may be the answer to a prayer cried out in desperation. A single smile may melt the frost of a heart that has turned to stone from sorrow. A sincere embrace may become the miracle that lifts a soul from the edge of despair. And I want you to know, through you, I am delivering these things, not because you are perfect, nor because you are good enough, but because you are willing, and I, the Almighty One, will act through your obedience. I am the one who binds broken hearts together, the one weaving invisible threads between your life and the lives of others. Every encounter is divinely orchestrated. Every time your heart is stirred toward someone, it carries a greater purpose than you can see. This is how I work, gently yet profoundly, quietly yet powerfully. I am not only laying out your path, but also intertwining your journey with others, who will walk with you through transformation, healing, and restoration. The blessings I have prepared for you are not meant to stop with you. I did not create you to be a stagnant pool that holds everything for itself, but a river, ever flowing, ever refreshing the land around you. The good things I give are not for private joy alone, but for you to be a vessel of my love and life to those who are thirsty and lost. Do not keep to yourself what you have freely received. Share it, sow it, live generously, with love, with forgiveness, with encouragement. For when you give, you will also receive in abundance, not in the way you expect, but in the way I have divinely ordained. Do you know, my beloved, that in the prayers of others I may have spoken your name as the answer? There are souls crying out for light, and you are that light when you show up with kindness. There are those pleading for hope, and you are the final glimmer they find. In the gentle heart you carry, I am at work, dear one, not just in the highest heavens, but here, on this very earth, in each step you take, in every small decision you make. And as you follow that gentle leading, you become part of something far greater than yourself, a divine network that connects hearts longing for the life that flows from me. I am not only the giver of blessings, I am the one who causes those blessings to multiply. When you become a vessel of blessing, you will witness a sacred wonder. Your own healing will come as you bring healing to others. You will be strengthened as you lift up those who are weary. You will receive the answer to your own prayers as you become the answer to someone else's. For my kingdom does not operate as the world does. Here, what you give returns like a waterfall of grace. Here, when you bow to serve, I lift you high. And here, when you seek goodness for others, goodness will pursue you relentlessly. Do not underestimate the value of obedience in the small things. A phone call, a message, a step back toward a place once broken. These may be the beginnings of miracles. When you choose to obey, I will open doors no one can shut. I will place you in the right place at the right time, so that you will not only see my faithfulness for yourself, but also witness my goodness flowing into the lives of those around you. And one day, when you look back, you will see that every thread in the tapestry of your life, every joy, every sorrow, was woven by my hand with perfect care, forming a glorious picture only I could design. So do not wait for perfect circumstances. Do not wait until you feel fully ready. Walk when you hear my voice. Open your heart when you feel the calling stir deep within, and love, without hesitation, without reservation, without calculation. Because it is in those very steps that you will encounter me. It is in those very acts that you will be transformed. And it is in that very giving that you will receive a fullness no other place can offer. I am here, still speaking, still guiding, still weaving connections. And you, my beloved one, are an irreplaceable part of this masterpiece. I chose you not because you are flawless, but because I see in you a willing heart, a listening soul, and hands ready to be opened. Keep walking, keep loving, and let me use your life as a song of praise to my greatness in the midst of this world. For I am the Lord, the one who is writing every story, orchestrating every miracle, and arranging every encounter. that my name may be glorified and the world may know my love is still alive. Never underestimate the power of a gentle word, my dear one. A phrase spoken from a sincere heart can reach the hidden places of someone's soul where the loudest sermon might never go. A compassionate touch, a small gesture filled with love, can melt away the ice of loneliness, pain, and despair that has built up over years in a heart that has long since closed itself off. In a world growing ever noisier, faster, and more impatient, it is often the smallest things, a warm gaze, a hand gently placed on the shoulder of someone weary, that become the seeds of my kingdom sprouting on this earth. Do you not see, my kingdom is not only built through grand acts or thunderous transformations. I move profoundly through simplicity, through quiet kindness, through love that asks for no recognition. These humble seeds, sown in the right moment, in the right place, grow into shelter for souls scorched by the harshness of life. The seemingly insignificant things you do, when rooted in love and obedience, become the foundation of the great works I am building. I do not need you to be the one who stands out in a crowd. I need you to remain faithful in the unseen places where no one notices, but I do, and I never forget. And now I am opening before you a wide and magnificent door in your life, a new path, a new season, where you will witness blessings poured out beyond anything you have ever imagined. But my beloved, as you draw closer to the promised land, I urge you with all my heart, do not let pride slip into the space where I desire humility to reign, for the higher you are lifted, the deeper the foundation of humility must be laid. It is humility that will be your weapon, to stand firm when glory comes, your safeguard against the snares of pride, the very trap the enemy constantly seeks to plant in the hearts of those to whom I have entrusted much. Perhaps you have prayed relentlessly to walk through a greater door, the door to greater influence, abundant provision, and long-awaited dreams. And now, as the time I have chosen arrives, I will open that very door before you. Yet know this, I am not merely concerned with what you will receive. I am deeply concerned with who you will become when you receive it. I do not seek crowns of pride. I seek hearts that bow in deep gratitude. I do not only want you to receive blessings. I long for you to preserve the purity of your soul in the midst of rising favor. My child, do not forget, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but seeing yourself through the lens of truth. That every gift you have, every talent, every opportunity, every victory has its origin in me. Nothing you achieve is by your own strength. If you are able to speak words of comfort to someone, it is because I first comforted you. If you can bring light into the darkness, it is because I first stepped into your own darkness. And if you are able to love, forgive, and serve, it is all because you have first been loved, forgiven, and served by me. So then, clothe yourself with humility as with a garment that never leaves your shoulders. When glory draws near, keep your heart tender. When others sing your praises, offer that glory back to me. When success finds you, do not let it dull the value of quiet service. For it is in the stillness that the deepest things are formed. I see you not only when you stand before crowds of thousands, but also when you bow in silent prayer. When you choose love instead of retaliation. When you choose to listen rather than speak. When you choose to forgive instead of harboring resentment. Remember, humility is the key that leads to the most enduring doors. Places where blessings not only arrive, but remain. Many have entered the promised land, but because they lacked humility, they could not remain there. They allowed their hearts to be swept away by the light of glory and forgot the true source of that light, me. But you are different. You are called not only to touch the promise, but to live within it, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit of unwavering service. I did not choose you to make you stand out before the world, but to reflect me within it. And this can only happen when you kneel before me daily, when your heart remains tender to the whispers of my spirit, when you refuse to let any success separate you from your original calling, to live in love, to live in service, to live to glorify my name. Keep your heart awake. When you begin to feel worthy, pause and remember that it is your unworthiness that makes the blessing so precious. When you feel good enough, return and remind yourself that it is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. And when many people honor you, remember that the one who is truly worthy of all honor is me. My child, step through the door I have opened for you with reverent awe. Let humility go before you like a guiding light. Let gratitude be the foundation of every word you speak. In my kingdom, where light and truth reign, there is no room for prideful self-exaltation or a mind that seeks to rise above others by trampling on the wounds of their neighbors. Pride does not take root in love, and it cannot stand in the presence of my holiness. There are many who boast in their outward righteousness, who take pride in their good deeds, believing such things make them more worthy, closer to glory. But I, the one who sees the heart, am not moved by appearances. I am not impressed by display or eloquent words. I look at the heart, the truest place, where longings, frailties, and silent efforts are hidden away from human eyes. And I have seen you more clearly than anyone has ever seen you. I have not only seen your victories, your strength, or your moments of great faith. I have seen the times you wanted to give up, the nights you wrestled in anguish, the moments you knelt in tears with no words to speak. I have seen what you tried to hide, the failures, the wrong turns, the silent sighs held tightly in your chest, and despite all of it, my love for you has never changed. My beloved, in my eyes, you are not defined by your stumbles. I do not call you by the names of your mistakes. I do not label you by your failures or the times you lost your way. I call you by the name I gave you from the beginning, my beloved, my chosen one, called out of darkness into the light of glory. And even if you've wandered, even if you've turned away, when you return, I am still here, not with anger, not with accusation, but with arms open wide, ready to welcome you like the Father who has always longed for your return. This time will be different, because you have come to know something deeper. I never left you. In those moments when you felt most alone, I was still there, walking silently beside you, gently upholding you. You may not have felt my presence, but every step you took in the darkness was held by my hand. My love does not waver with circumstance, nor does it diminish because of your failures. My love is steadfast like a rock, immovable like a mountain, and it will remain forever, whether you come or go, whether you believe or doubt. With me, no failure is too great that it cannot be restored. No wound is too deep that it cannot be healed. No mistake lies beyond the reach of my love. What you have considered an end, I can transform into a new beginning. What you counted as loss, I can turn into a bountiful harvest. I do not use your past to punish you. I use mercy to redraw the path ahead. My child, you are not bound by what happened yesterday. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are a living testimony of grace, a grace that is still being written on every page of your life. While the world may judge you by your past, I see you through the lens of forgiveness. When others try to chain you to your guilt, I have already opened the door to freedom. And when the voice inside whispers that you are unworthy, I whisper louder still. You are mine. You have been bought with a precious price, and I have forgiven you completely. I want you to know this. My forgiveness is not partial, not conditional, and not limited by your understanding. When I forgive, I forget. I do not bring it up again. I do not keep a record. I do not hold back a part of it as future evidence against you. I forgive fully, so that you may walk in full freedom. And it is precisely this that makes the restoration I give so wondrous. It not only heals the wounds, but also restores your identity, your dignity, and your future. Rise, my beloved. Do not let the past anchor your feet. Do not let the harsh words of others cause you to forget the gentle calling of my voice. You are not rejected. You are not disqualified. You are welcomed, deeply loved, and called to move forward, not under the weight of guilt, but with a heart renewed and hands ready to receive the good things that are coming. I do not forgive you simply to ease your conscience, but to usher you into a new life, one where you are no longer shackled by shame, but led forward by hope. I want you to look into the future, not through the eyes of someone who has failed, but with the vision of one who has been redeemed, cleansed, and loved with an unfailing love. And it is in your weakness that I will reveal my strength. It is in the very places where you once stumbled that I will build something unshakable. It is where your tears once fell that I will cause joy to overflow. For I specialize in using what the world has despised to work wonders. I choose the broken vessels, the cracked and chipped, to pour out my glorious presence, so that no one may boast in their own strength, but all may know that it is my work and mine alone. My child, do not hide the things that once caused you pain. Bring them all to me, your disappointments, your wounds, your regrets. I do not need you to pretend to be strong. I only ask that you come to me in truth, for it is truth that opens the path to healing. It is surrender that unlocks the wellspring of living water, and it is humility that will lead you into the place where my grace overflows. I have forgiven you. That is an unchanging truth, and I will continue to lead you. That is an eternal promise. So walk no longer in shame. Do not let the voice of sin drown out the call of grace. Walk as one who is loved, who is chosen, who is sent. For you are and will always be my beloved. And I, with a love that cannot be shaken, will never forsake you. Never. My precious one, in this noisy, ever-moving world, take time to pause, not to escape, but to be immersed in my gentle and powerful presence. Amid all the voices that stir your heart, among the judgments, the expectations, and the layered disappointments, I invite you to come and simply be still before me. There is no need to act strong, no need to speak eloquently, to perform perfectly, or to prove your worth. Just come, as you are, with a sincere heart and all your imperfections, and know that I love you. I love you unchangingly, unconditionally, with a love that nothing on this earth can ever compare to. My presence is not a place where you are tested or evaluated, but a place where you are comforted and restored. There, every weariness melts away, every burden is laid down, and your soul is healed moment by moment. There you are reminded that you are not the sum of what you've done or failed to do, but the one I have chosen and cherished, even before the world knew your name. I was there when you were formed in your mother's womb, and I am still here, whether you are standing on the heights of success or walking through the depths of sorrow. And today, as you quiet your heart before me, I place within you an invitation, not a burden, but an honor, to enter into a new covenant with me, a lasting commitment, a companionship unshaken by circumstance. I am not asking you to offer flawless deeds, but a faithful heart. I am calling you to bravely choose the better portion, to not give up in the midst of battle, to keep pressing forward even when sweat mingles with tears, to rise again one more time when you feel too broken to move. Do you not know? The battle you are fighting is not meaningless. The race you are running is not in vain. Each time you choose forgiveness over vengeance, perseverance over surrender, trust over doubt, it is all remembered in my heart. No sacrifice goes unnoticed before me. Not a single tear is wasted, and no act of love you extend to others is ever small in my sight. You are fighting a noble war, not to become someone grand in the eyes of the world, but to preserve your heart before me and to fulfill the sacred purpose I have placed upon your life. I invite you to see yourself through my eyes, not through the lens of past failures or fears of the future, but through the all-knowing and loving gaze of your Creator. You are not here by chance. You are my masterpiece, carefully crafted in every detail, every dream, every longing within you. I have placed in you what no one else has: the capacity to love as I do, the strength to endure, to forgive, to build and to restore. Within you is the reflection of the beauty I hold in eternity. Do not let the world around you define your worth. Do not allow those who fail to see your value dim the truth I have spoken over you. Let my words be engraved upon your soul, that you are priceless, precious, and loved with the fullness of my heart. I love you not merely because you are mine, but because of who you are, as you are. That brings joy to my heart. You do not need to become another version of yourself to be loved by me. Just be you, honest, tender, and obedient, and I see you shine more brightly than any star in the heavens. So, receive this truth not merely as comfort, but as a solid foundation upon which to live and walk. Let it rekindle dreams that have gone dim, revive hope that has faded, and strengthen the weary steps you've taken. When you know you are loved, you will no longer seek acceptance in places that cannot satisfy. When you know you are treasured, you will stop comparing yourself to others. And when you know you have been called by name before the foundations of the world, you will walk with a spiritual confidence that no one can take away. My beloved, cherish yourself, not with pride, but with deep gratitude. Be grateful that you were fearfully and wonderfully made. Be grateful that you've weathered the storms. Be grateful that I have never let go of your hand, even when you wandered. And because you know your worth in me, you will be able to go forth and lift others, to remind them that they too are worthy of love, worthy of redemption, and worthy of living a life filled with purpose. Beloved one, when you quiet your soul amidst the noise of this world, you will begin to hear what most of humanity longs for, yet cannot name. It is a deep yearning that rises from the core of the soul, a hunger that no fame, no wealth, no human relationship can satisfy. The world groans beneath the weight of spiritual hunger, hunger for true peace, thirst for unconditional love, and a desperate longing for a place to truly belong. Many run to the ends of the earth in search of fulfillment, desperate to escape the inner storms of disappointment, pain, and loneliness. But when I draw near, when I extend my hand in gentleness and hope, they turn away. Not because they do not desire to be saved, but because they do not recognize that I am the very answer they are searching for. Countless souls are weary from chasing after illusions, seeking joy in fleeting pleasures, seeking validation in hollow applause, seeking belonging in places that cannot offer it. Yet the more they seek, the more lost they become. The tighter they cling, the emptier they feel. I see them, those who collapse silently under the weight of life, smiling on the outside while breaking within. I hear their unspoken cries in the stillness of the night, and my heart breaks because I know I have always been there, right beside them, ready to gather them into my embrace, to wipe away every tear and to heal every fracture. I am the love they've been missing. I am the resting place for their weary souls. I am the truth that can set them free from the lies of this world. I did not come to condemn them for their wanderings, but to lift them out of the mire of despair and carry them home. I do not demand perfection before they enter my presence. All I ask is that they return with tender hearts, with honesty in their pain, with a desire to be made new. Yet how tragic it is that when my hand is outstretched, many turn away, not because they reject love, but because they have become so familiar with rejection that they assume I too will come and go, promise, and then abandon. I have placed within every heart a calling, a gentle yet persistent prompting, like a small flame burning in the night. It is the echo of their true home, the place where their soul belongs. I have planted within them a longing to return to a place where they no longer need to pretend, where they can lay down every mask and be vulnerable without fear of harm. It is the home where I await them, not with judgment, but with open arms. People may forget, but their souls do not. For I have etched my image deep within them. No lie of this world can ever extinguish the homesickness I've planted in their hearts. In every soul I have sown seeds, seeds of hope, quietly sprouting even in the driest ground. These are not man-made dreams, but divine desires, to begin again, to be forgiven, to live authentically. These seeds are from me. They are nourished by my words, by my breath, and by a faint yet profound memory that there is a place where they truly belong. My commandments are not chains, but fences of protection. My words are not burdens, but beacons to lead the way. When they live in my words, they step into a sacred space where peace surpasses all human understanding. A peace not rooted in circumstance, but founded on my eternal presence. But, dear child, the heartbreaking truth is that so many try to patch their brokenness with temporary fixes. They build walls from old wounds, erect kingdoms based on fear. They mistake self-sufficiency for strength, and hiding their weakness as a way to survive. They attempt to silence their longing for love by convincing themselves they need no one. But no matter how hard they try, they cannot fill the void that only I can satisfy. For man was never meant to live apart from me. Their souls thirst for me, even when their minds fight to deny it. That is why I keep waiting, day after day, year after year, like a father standing at the doorway of his home, eyes fixed on the road, watching and longing for his distant child to return. I do not grow weary, I do not grow discouraged. My love does not fade with time. Even after countless rejections, even when forgotten or misunderstood, I remain patiently waiting, for I know the day will come when that heart will begin to ache, that soul will awaken, and they will turn back. And when they return, trembling with fear, burdened with shame, I will run to them and hold them close. I will not ask for explanations. I will not demand justification. What I desire is healing. What I long for is that they know it is never too late to come home. There is no wound too deep, no path too far that my love cannot reach. People may turn their backs, but I never do. I am always facing them with a tender gaze, with an eternal heartbeat, with a love beyond measure. My child, let these words be engraved upon your heart. Every soul out there, no matter how barren, still carries within it a seed of hope I myself have planted. And you, the one who has received my love, are called to be the bearer of living water to nourish those seeds. Live, love, forgive, uplift, not by your own strength, but through the love you have received. For through you I will rekindle the flame in wandering heart. Through you I will declare to the world, I am still here, I still love, I still wait, my arms are still open. For I do not give up, never. And I long for those who are mine, like you, to never give up either, not in loving, not in hoping, not in believing for a world desperate to be found. Never forget, sometimes all it takes is a loving glance, a word of hope, or a small yet sincere act to awaken in someone the longing to return to the source of eternal life. And that, my child, is what all of heaven longs for, a soul coming home into my embrace. I am calling you, gently yet urgently, to return to me, not with hesitation or shame, but with a deep yearning, with a heart that is open and sincere. I do not call you back to scold or condemn you, but to let you be immersed once more in the living water I have prepared for your soul since the very beginning. For I know no earthly stream can ever satisfy the spiritual thirst that cries out from within you. Only my living water can heal, revive, and restore your soul to wholeness. When you come to me in prayer, do not think you are performing a dry religious ritual or trying to please a distant deity. No, my dear one. Every time you whisper a prayer in the silence, every time you close your eyes to seek me, you are stepping into the most intimate and vibrant relationship with me, a sacred encounter where life touches your soul, where my love fills the deepest cracks in your weary heart. It is not merely a spiritual act. It is a way of life. It is a communion I have destined for you to walk in, not occasionally, but in every moment of every day. When you pray, you are opening the door of your heart for me to enter, not to merely witness your pain, but to become your constant companion through it all. I am not standing outside your life. I want to live in it, with you, beside you, within each breath and every emotion you carry. But if you do not allow the living water from me to flow, then the world, with all its noise, worries, and deceptively sweet snares, will seek to wither your soul. It will sow confusion in your heart, burden your spirit with weights that were never meant for you to carry, and fill your mind with fear, doubt, and insecurity. And when you are not drinking of the living water, it will not be long before you find yourself alive, yet feeling dead, full on the outside, but empty within. My beloved, you were not created to live this way. You were not made to drag yourself wearily through each day. I formed you to live fully, to live freely, to walk in my light. I long for you to experience a joy that is not dependent on circumstances, a peace that surpasses all understanding, and a love that makes you question your worth no more. You were made to live in me, and I alone am your life. I know that you have faith. I have seen the moments when you persevered in prayer amidst the darkness, the times you chose to believe instead of giving up, the nights when you had only a single thread of hope and still held on to me. I see it all, and I am moved. But now, my child, it is time for that faith to become more than just a flickering flame in the night. It is time for it to rise as a lighthouse, illuminating your soul. It is time for you not merely to know about me, but to live in me. Not just to believe I am afar, but to let me live within you, guiding you, revealing myself through every breath you take. The time has come for you to step out of the comfort zone you've grown familiar with, the old patterns, the limiting beliefs, the vague fears that once held you back. They no longer have a place in your life. You were not called to live beneath the measure I have set for you. You are called to step into fullness, a place where my spirit not only visits you, but fills you entirely, where my promises are no longer distant hopes, but the daily reality in which you walk. Let my spirit saturate every part of you, not just during moments of worship, but in every decision you make, every word you speak, every hour you sleep, and every second you wake. I want you to be so filled with my spirit, like a vessel overflowing with water, not just enough for you to survive, but enough to pour out into the lives around you. I do not want you merely to exist in the flow of life, but to be a bringer of life to a world that is dry and barren. You shall be a source, not by your own strength, but because you have been filled with the One who is the source of life. I am calling you closer, deeper, wider, truer. Let go of the unnecessary burdens, the habits that hold you back, the negative thoughts that dull the light within you. Release them to receive, cast them off to be filled, and walk, not with the trembling steps of anxiety, but with the steady steps of one who knows they are called, loved, and chosen. Do not look to the past for your answers, for the answer lies in me, in the fresh, living presence I offer each day. Do not let your current circumstances define who you are, for your identity was established before the foundations of the world were laid. Do not allow fleeting emotions to drown out the voice of my spirit, for I do not change, and my love for you, it does not waver at your mistakes, it does not fade with time, and it is not extinguished by dryness. My love is eternal, and today it is calling you home. Rise up, shake off every burden, and walk with me. Leave behind the dry land of self-reliance and step into the place where true life flows, the river of my spirit. It is not only the place where I dwell, but where your soul comes alive, where every part of you is renewed and reborn. Imagine yourself approaching that stream, not an ordinary river, but a stream flowing from heaven, pure, powerful, and holy. As you immerse yourself in it, you will feel its cool, refreshing current weaving through every part of your soul. It does more than soothe your weariness. It carries with it a healing power no one else can give. It seeps into every dry and broken place within you, the hidden wounds, the unspoken pain, the dreams buried beneath fear. Everything within you will be bathed in the life that comes from me. You will begin to feel the layers of dust, of fear, of doubt, of disappointment and discouragement slowly wash away in that stream. There will be no more room for the heavy thoughts that say you've failed, that you're not enough, that you can't overcome. The waters of my spirit will carry away all those voices, those lies that have bound you for far too long, and in their place you will clearly hear my voice, gentle yet filled with authority, saying, "You are the one I love. You are the one I have chosen. You were created to overcome, not to fall. Open your heart, my child. Surrender your whole heart. Hold nothing back. I do not seek perfection. I seek surrender. A heart that is broken, yet honest, is more precious than 10,000 offerings. Give me your shattered pieces, even the ones you're ashamed of, even the ones you've hidden, and I will take them and build something new, something beautiful, something more enduring than ever before. When you open your heart, that is the very moment my spirit will come, not to visit temporarily, but to dwell within you forever. The presence of my spirit is not a fleeting emotion. It is the power from above, a divine strength that will soak into every part of your life. Your family will be covered in a peace that nothing can shake. Where there has been division, brokenness, or lack, I will restore with love and unity that flow from me. In your work, I will open doors that the world has declared closed. New ideas, unexpected opportunities, and favor beyond understanding will pour out like a heavenly rain of blessing. More than that, I will touch your mind. The vague worries, the negative thoughts, the limiting beliefs will be replaced with clarity and heavenly discernment. You will learn to see things not through the eyes of the flesh, but through spiritual eyes, to recognize what I am doing even when it is hidden from natural sight. Your thinking will be renewed daily, no longer shaped by circumstances, but formed by my truth and my living word. And then your actions will be transformed. You will no longer react out of emotion, but respond according to the guidance of my spirit. You will live with confidence, with peace, with kindness, and with a quiet but mighty power. Others will notice the change in you, and they will know. This is not the result of human effort, but a living testimony that I, God, am alive in you and working through you. When you are filled with my spirit, a holy confidence will rise up within you, not the prideful confidence of the world, but the deep assurance that you are never alone, that the one who created the universe walks beside you, not only in the calm, but in every storm, that every time you take a step, it is I who walk with you, leading you through places that once seemed impossible to cross. Even if the road winds, even if the circumstances change, I do not change. Even if others turn away, I do not turn away. I am with you, your guide, your provider, your keeper, and the one who makes a way. Even when every path before you seems sealed, when all roads appear blocked and no escape is in sight, yes, I myself, will make a way where there is none. I am the one who does the impossible. I am the one who brings forth springs in the wilderness, who parts the sea to make a way, who steps into the darkness to shine the brightest light. All you need to do is trust me and follow. Every step you take in obedience will bring forth a harvest far greater than you have ever imagined. My beloved child, hesitate no longer. Do not merely stand at the edge and watch the river of the Holy Spirit flow through the lives of others. Step in, immerse yourself. Let me do something new within you. Do not fear change, for the change I bring is life itself. Do not cling to the old and familiar, only to miss the powerful new season that is upon you. You have prayed, you have waited, you have sacrificed. Now is the time to step into fullness, into abundance, into the living presence I have prepared uniquely for you. And as you walk with me, not just today but every day of your life, you will come to know that this is not merely a journey, it is an eternal relationship. You will no longer live just to survive, but to live abundantly, no longer just to exist, but to shine, no longer chasing after something, but walking in what I have already promised. I am waiting for you in that river, my child. The waters are pure and they are ready. My love has always been there. Renewal is ready to be revealed, and I, your God, stand with arms wide open to receive you. Come, step in, and let me make your life a living testimony of my power, my love, and my glory, for I have never forsaken you, and I will not stop until you are made whole in me. Now lift up your prayer to me with all your reverence and sincerity. Lord, when my heart is troubled by unspoken worries, help me turn to you instead of running away. Remind me that peace does not come from everything going well, but from knowing who holds the future. Even when I cannot comprehend the path, help me trust in your guiding hand. Lord, there are times when I feel lost among the conflicting voices within. Please clarify your voice in me. Teach me to be still amid the noise, to recognize your light in the midst of doubt. Do not let me be led by fleeting emotions, but let me anchor myself in your unchanging truth. Lord, grant me unwavering faith. When I face things far beyond my control, teach me how to surrender. When my heart longs to take control, remind me that you alone have the authority to direct my steps. Lord, there are still wounds in me that have not healed, memories that seem buried but silently gnaw at my soul. Today I open my heart to you, without hiding, without defending. Please touch the deepest corners of my being, the places only your love can reach, restore, and renew completely. Lord, when I am hurt by the very ones I love, do not let my heart grow hard. Grant me a spirit of forgiveness, not because they deserve it, but because I do not want to carry the weight any longer. Teach me to love as you love, unconditionally, without calculation. And if it is within your will, please heal both me and that person. Lord, in this moment when I must make a difficult decision, please let your light shine clearly. Do not let me choose out of emotion or pressure, but according to the leading of the Holy Spirit. Teach me to wait patiently and not to rush. Help me to discern what is truly right from what merely looks appealing, and most importantly, help me to choose what pleases you above what satisfies me. Lord, there are times when my spiritual life feels like a dying flame, reduced to faint, glowing embers. I ask you to breathe your breath of life upon me once again. Rekindle the fire of faith, passion, and the first love I once had for you. Do not let me live superficially or merely go through the motions of belief, but awaken me to live in true, vibrant communion with you. Lord, when I see others being blessed and my heart fills with envy or bitterness, please forgive me. Teach me to rejoice with those who rejoice and to trust that the blessings I long for are safely kept by you, reserved for the perfect time. Turn my comparisons into gratitude. Transform my envy into faith. Faith that your plan for me is unique, complete, and full of purpose. Lord, in a world filled with chaos and deception, help me to keep a heart of integrity. When people flatter or lie for personal gain, keep me from being swept away. When honesty causes me to be misunderstood or even suffer loss, uphold me, Lord. Let me live as salt and light, not in loud display but in quiet distinction, a difference that springs from your truth. Lord, remind me that you are my faithful provider. When finances are tight and everything feels uncertain, keep me from panicking. Teach me to trust that you have never let me go without. Help me to do my part faithfully and believe that you will do the rest in miraculous ways. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the life-giving and meaningful messages from God. Together we will grow in faith and live a life fully embraced by His love. Amen.